Yo, I'm sorry, I gotta offend you, man, but I got your fucking ball sack in a vice for the next 10 years. Actually, let's see, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, so 5 months short of 10 years, alright? Because I already got this bond hooked up on a 13th Amendment claim. But what you wanted to do is you wanted to work a little wraparound shit going on here so you could get it on a Second Amendment. So let me indulge you. The early American colonists provided weapons and materials to make weapons as part of the war effort. In exchange, they were provided with certificates of promise to pay them after the war. It was then lawyers who were part of the early American legislature that purchased these certificates from the early colonists, albeit at a discount, to use for the first stock issues for the Bank of the United States. Well, the Bank of the United States was later determined to be unconstitutional. Let me read that part again so you understand, because you're going for this bond now, but there's already a bond on this. While the Bank of the United States was later determined to be unconstitutional, the fact that these certificates were purchased from the colonists or they were provided to begin with as promises of compensation for weapons or the materials to make weapons was not ever determined to be unconstitutional. Thus, there is precedent for determining that it is constitutional to pay the people for their contributions to arming the Army of the United States, and hence considerations of compensation for weapons and the materials to make weapons, including the intangible property of the people of the United States that has gone into the development or manufacture of any weapon, is thus additionally provided with precedent. Determinations of who is appropriate from whom to acquire materials for weapons development or manufacture of weapons is another consideration that should be considered in conjunction with consideration of what type of compensation should be provided and what sort of guarantees should be provided for any future weapons development connected to the original procurement. Distinguishing between arms, lowercase arms, and arms, uppercase A, uppercase R, uppercase M, lowercase s, as in adjustable rate mortgage, which might be something an MBS is interested in, is important. This argument is specific to definitions of weapons and constitutional protections under the Second Amendment. There is and can be a different argument for the Third Amendment along these lines. Now, I had to recompose this specifically on July 5th of 2020 at 8:32 p.m. Central Standard Time after my composition from the day before had been hacked. And then I had a replacement given to me, what was it, yesterday? Where all of the emails for that day and all of the emails for July 5th from my email account were deleted except for 3 each, which constitute a form of weaponization that I find unacceptable because you had no fucking right to steal my shit and make a weapon and try to frame me with it. If you wanted me to be legitimately involved in your endeavors, you knew how to contact me because I contacted you. But you took what was supposed to be an investigator and turned it into a service rep. And that's where you crossed the fucking line. You did that the day before there was a school shooting in this country. You understand? And if it was your boys in Texas that did it and tried to frame you, you need to get right with that. Because right now it's on your ass and it's going to be on your ass every fucking day the rest of this fucking conference.